Hey Eve, I wanted to check in about those materials that I asked you to have ready by tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure that you were actually going to be finished making them in time. I see they haven't been submitted and it's already so late.
Hello, Mr. Brown. Thank you for reaching out to me outside of work hours. I'm a little confused as to what you mean by those materials for tomorrow. I thought that you knew your daughter Hillary was in charge of them.
But I told her to go and ask her supervisors for help making them if it was going to be too difficult for her to do it on her own. Do you know that she's new to the company? Are you seriously going to pretend like it's okay to leave this work undone just because it was specifically assigned to you?
I'm sorry if there's been some kind of miscommunication, Mr. Brown, but I've been checking in with Hillary every step of the way she's been doing this. And every time I've asked her if she's making progress or needs help, she always told me that things are going well. It was only today, right as I was supposed to be clocking out, that she came up to my desk and told me that she actually wasn't going to have it done on time at all. And that's when she asked me to take care of it for her. That's why I'm still at the office this late at night.
So there you go. You admit that you were slacking off doing your duties as her supervisor and failed to assess actual progress being made. Honestly, I don't know why this company ever gives these kinds of roles to women. They always let their petty interpersonal drama get in the way of everything. And then you have the gall to try and put this all on an employee that you were supposed to be keeping an eye on?
Sir, are you really trying to pin all of this on me when I'm the one working hard to make sure this all gets finished before tomorrow?
It's obvious that you were being a bad supervisor and making Hillary feel uncomfortable coming to you with this matter. It's no wonder she waited until the last minute to ask for your help in finishing it up. You really need to think about the environment you're making for our employees.
Even if that was true, the fact of the matter is that Hillary didn't ask for my help in finishing it. She gave me what she had done and told me to do the rest for her. She told me she had plans that she couldn't miss and then left the office.
And now you're trying to pin this all on my daughter just because she had plans for tonight? Who knows how long she's had this on her agenda? Hillary is still young. Do you understand that? You shouldn't be wasting her youth with busy work. Besides, it's like you said, it was time to quit for the day, and there's no reason why my Hillary should ever have to work overtime. If you're not going to do your job in making sure she gets her work done during work hours, then of course it's all going to fall back on you.
Are you serious, Mr. Brown? I told you that I checked in with Hillary over and over again.
Well, clearly you were doing something wrong or else none of this would have happened at all. Now quit trying to blame my daughter for your screw-ups. If my daughter asks you to finish her work for her, you just nod and say, yes, ma'am. I hope you're ready to spend all night at the office.
So you really aren't going to talk to your daughter about making sure this doesn't happen again? Do I understand that right?
She has a right as an employee to refuse to work past regular hours. And as her superior in the office, you need to quit abusing your power and recognize that right of hers. If she says no to more work at the end of the day, then obviously any work that was left undone under your watch would fall to you.
I really don't think that's the company policy. And anyways, it wasn't that she couldn't do the work, it's that she wasn't doing any work. Even though I was repeatedly reminding her to do so, not only that, but this isn't the only problem like this I've had with her.
Well, you really do have some nerve trying to pass off all of your failures onto your underlings. You're the more experienced employee, so this is on you to fix.
Okay, then I understand, but that being said, I do have one more thing to ask of you, sir. When we've gone out for company dinners, Hillary was paying for her share with the company's end of your party fund. Not only that, but she's been caught taking money from that fund to go out and eat by herself as well. This is a textbook case of embezzlement, and it really is a serious issue. So could you at least talk to her about that? Sir, are you really asking me to just overlook her stealing from the company?
You really are such a cheapskate, do you know that? Do you really think that we're not going to be able to have any kind of fun events around here if one person is taking money out of the fund to treat themselves to lunch now and then? We're going to be just fine. And you really need to stop trying to get Hillary in trouble for every little thing she does.
Sir, are you really asking me to just overlook her stealing from the company? Have you ever done something like this in your time here?
Why do you keep using those words? Stealing? Embezzling? It's nothing like that at all. Well, it's just certainly not those things.
I see. So then should I tell the rest of the staff to start paying for their own lunches with company money? Because it sounds to me like you're saying that's an acceptable thing to do.
You know that isn't okay. If that many people were taking from the fund, then higher-ups would surely notice. That's why my daughter and I are the only ones who can do that. Got it?
I really don't think that's true at all, and you really haven't made a convincing case for yourself.
Well, if you don't like it, then you can just quit your job. What do you think about that? Because if you're not going to listen to what your boss has to say, then we don't need you here. Don't you ever forget your place in this company.
I see. Well, okay, I suppose I understand the situation better now, at least. I'll finish the rest of Hillary's work before the end of the night. See you tomorrow, Mr. Brown. Hey there, Eve. I was looking over the work that you left on my desk last night, and this looks perfect. Thank you so much. Even my dad was saying what an amazing job you did with all of this. I know that I should have left all this work for you. But man, I really didn't think that a company would let me get away with doing something like that. You only got away with doing it because your dad got you your job in this department. But if you ever go and find another job, I really wouldn't recommend acting the way that you have been. For example, the day after I turned in your work for you, I also saw that you left a receipt for what appears to be a night of drinking and expensive food at a bar. What exactly do you want me to do with this? What do you mean, what do I want you to do with it? I used the company card to pay for it, so I want you to take it off our records. Well, this wasn't a work expense, so I guess what I'll do is create an invoice for you to pay back what you spent on the card. Oh, Eve, you really are just so funny. Do you know that? But now, this receipt is related to work. You see, I've had to drink more to keep up with the stress of this job, so therefore the company should be paying for my outings. I see. Well, as compelling as that is, that goes against company policy, so I'm afraid I can't make that happen. Oh, really? But I was talking to my dad, and he told me to just leave the receipt on your desk for you to take care of. So are you really going to pretend like you know more about how this company works than my dad? You do know that he's your boss, right? You really need to learn your place in this company, Eve. I appreciate your reminding me of that, but the thing is that your father doesn't have the right to make that call either. In fact, neither of you should be using company money for personal outings. Listen to me. You should know that I have a date with the CEO of this company, okay? So if things go well, then I am going to become the wife of the next CEO. That means that I'll be higher up than you could ever hope to be. I see. So you're basing this all off one date that you haven't had yet? Sometimes I wonder why I even bother with you at all. It's all part of my dad's plan to help us climb up this corporate ladder, and I am his secret weapon. I see. Well, that's just quite creepy, but it also doesn't have anything to do with me or this. So you can have whatever love life you want, but while you're at work, you are expected to do your job and follow the company rules. Yeah, some unmarried old hag like you would try and go on a power trip with me, but don't be jealous just because I'm getting married and you're still single. You keep going on about separating the personal from the business, and yet here you are bullying me all day just because I have a love life and you don't. That is not what is going on here in the slightest. I am talking to you every day about the fact that you never do any work. You go out drinking on the company dime and you leave all your duties for me to take care of. Is that how you think you should be behaving at your age? You really just know how to push my buttons, don't you? I had no idea you were such a cruel, horrible woman. I'm sorry if you think I'm being mean, but someone needs to put their foot down and let you know that you can't act like this. You need to take responsibility for your job. I'll have you know that I am working my tail off. I work so hard every single day. All I want is a little break to recompose myself now and then, but you would rather I just work myself to death for this place. If you really can't handle the work being asked of you here, then maybe you should quit. Because everyone else here was hired for their qualifications and experience. You only got this job because your dad insisted that we hire you over much more qualified candidates. And since the day you started working here, I haven't seen you do your job once. And here I thought you were so much nicer, but I see that people only have value to you around here if they work and do whatever you say. Do you really think that's any way to treat people? Hillary, literally what are you talking about? This is a company where we have work that needs to get done in order to meet certain deadlines. If someone isn't doing their work, then they don't belong here. You're the one who doesn't belong here. Ugh, you've got me so stressed out. I really need a drink. Just leave me alone. Wait, what? Are you really just ending this conversation here? You better not be using company money on yourself.
Hey, when are you finally going to learn to quit pushing my limits, huh? Did you know that your bullying finally made my poor daughter break down into tears? I thought I told you to learn your place in this company.
My place in this company? My place in this company is as Hillary's supervisor, so if she doesn't do her work, I have a duty to speak to her about that. I really don't see how you can accuse me of doing anything wrong.
Well, you're taking this way too far. I'm going to see to it that you're fired for what you've done to my daughter. You should have listened to me when I warned you the first time, but now you're really going to pay for it.
And just what did I do that constitutes a fireable offense, huh? Because I haven't heard of any company ever choosing to defend an employee guilty of not working. I can't see how anyone would see my actions as incorrect.
Except for the fact that you're forgetting that I'm our boss. Now submit your letter of resignation to me, and let's just get this over with.
Okay then, I'll quit. But I won't be giving you my letter. I'll be handing it to my father.
Your father? What do you mean? Don't tell me that you meant to type the company president, but you had a slip and typed out father instead? That's worse than calling a teacher mom in school. I mean, even up to the very end, you just keep making mistakes.
That wasn't a mistake, although it wouldn't matter whether I called him dad, father, or the company president, since they're all the same person.
Wait a second. What? Are you saying that your dad is the company president?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Mr. Brown, and he isn't one to take nepotism lightly. It's clear to anyone who hears the facts about what's been going on who is in the right and who is in the wrong. So I hope you're ready for what's in store for you next.
Wait, are you serious? I mean, I thought it was funny that you two share the same last name, but I thought it was just a coincidence. I mean, both your last names were Smith. I thought that was just a really common last name.
That's why I didn't even bother trying to hide my name. I figured that everyone would think the same way that you did. And so that's why I never told anyone who my real father was.
But I don't understand. Why would they hide something as important as that from me, your boss?
Because I really didn't think it was all that important, and because I don't like using my family to get what I want. I knew that if people knew who I was related to, that I would never be treated equally.
But I should have known who you were. I mean, had I known that you were the daughter of the CEO, then I would never treated you like this.
I see. So you're saying that the way you treat employees is all connected with how much influence they might have over your career? Because I'm afraid that I've already left my desk and was going to deliver my letter of resignation to the top floor.
No, wait, stop. You can't do that, please. I can't be responsible for firing the daughter of the CEO. Please, let's just forget all about this, okay? You don't have to talk to your dad at all. Let's just all get back to work and pretend that none of this ever happened.
I'm afraid that it's far too late to try and do any of that. Besides, what would getting back to work even mean in an office where you and your daughter treat this place like your personal playground?
What are you talking about? But I promise you that the two of us are going to really start doing our jobs from here on out. I'm so sorry if you were concerned at all about our performance, but I promise to have a talk to my daughter about these very serious issues.
Wow, you really about-faced so hard. I'm not sure whether I should be laughing or cringing at that. Who was the one who was just telling me that they would defend Hillary's slacking off?
You're right. That was wrong of me, and I realize that now. I've been too soft to my daughter, and I promise to have a very stern conversation with her. Just please don't go and talk to your father about any of this yet.
No, I really can't understand, and I am going to be talking to my dad. I have seriously had it with the two of you. You have broken so many rules and violated so many policies to just serve yourself and Hillary. Did you really think that I was just going to let you get away with all of this like it was nothing?
I hope you can understand. Please, I really had no idea whose daughter you were. If I did, then I would have never acted in the way that I did towards you. It's just that, well, you know, these companies have strict structures and sometimes I need to enforce them on underlings like I was doing with you.
I wonder if you even realize the doublespeak that you engage in all of the time. Do you realize how many contradictions you're full of? Maybe if you actually showed any level of self-awareness, then I wouldn't feel the need to go through with this.
Please, I'm begging you not to talk to your dad about this. It would cost me my job.
Well, thankfully for you, my dad doesn't come back from a business trip until tomorrow. But he may have some words to exchange with you when he is back. Anyways, that's all I have to say on the matter. What could you possibly have to say to me now? Are you really going to pretend like you're sorry for what you did just because you got caught? Besides, after what you pulled, the police are going to get involved too.
But please, surely we can just forget about all this, right? I just lost my temper is all.
I don't care what excuse you have yourself. Letting you stay in this office any longer is putting all employees at risk. I mean, you were really trying to hurt me, I could tell. But I guess you thought that just because I'm a woman means that I would be weak, huh?
I just didn't expect you to be so strong.
Well, I've been doing judo ever since I was little. I throw men twice your size and triple your strengths on the mat like it's nothing. But the fact that you tried to ambush me in the parking lot, cover my mouth with your hand, you're nothing but a coward.
Please, I didn't think that you would be able to fight back. Just give me one more chance. I'll even work for free. Just please, don't go to the police about this.
It's far too late for any of that. I've already told my dad everything. You should have seen how angry he got, but don't worry, you're still allowed on company property for one more day. After all, my dad still wants to talk to you. So anyways, go to the top floor and have your conversation with him. And by the time you're finished cleaning out your desk, the police should be on the ground floor ready to pick you up. After I told my dad everything, including what Mr. Brown tried to do to me in the parking lot, he was furious. It was actually his own staff that had to hold him back from leaping at Mr. Brown and attacking him when he entered his office. After he caught his breath, my dad explained to Mr. Brown that he and his daughter were being let go and were also being sued by the company for embezzlement. Mr. Brown was also facing a lawsuit from me as well for his attempted assault. In the end, he owed so much in legal fees that he had to go deep into debt to pay it all back. My dad also made sure that he would never work in this town again through his connections and networks. I requested a restraining order against Mr. Brown and his daughter in case they ever tried to get revenge on me. After his firing, however, I was promoted to Mr. Brown's position as department chief. Since then, both productivity and employee satisfaction have been at their highest point in years.
Yo, Anna, long time no see. How have you been?
Who is this?
Come on, that's cold. Did you forget about me, your fiancé?
My fiancé? Wait, could it be Morgan?
Ah, you remembered. That's my girl, my fiancé.
Don't call me your fiancé. Do you have any idea how ridiculous it is for you to just contact me out of the blue? You went missing on our wedding day. How did you even get my contact information? I made a new account.
Oh, I know someone who knows you. I asked them for your contact details, and here I am reaching out. No need to get so worked up. What is it, early menopause?
Menopause? I am not that old yet. Have you forgotten we're the same age, childhood friends? And what do you want now? Out of nowhere, you ignored all my attempts to reach you when I tried contacting you back then.
Yeah, I know. I messed up by ditching the wedding. But you know, back then I thought I could find someone better, someone more suited for me. But after 3 years of thinking it over, I realized there's no one better than you. So let's get married.
What? Are you out of your mind? Don't joke around with me.
What's with the attitude? Are you so happy you're angry now? You're so cute.
Morgan, I'm sorry about earlier. I lost my temper. I was just so surprised and confused by your sudden appearance.
Don't sweat it. It's natural to get overwhelmed by happiness when someone like me pops back into your life.
Yes, I suppose the situation was just too much to handle all at once. I nearly lost my mind. It's quite overwhelming, to say the least.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, I'll forgive you for all the mean things you said to me earlier. I'm a generous and kind husband, after all. So yeah, about disappearing right before the wedding to hit the bathroom and then vanishing into thin air, I get that was messed up. But you know, after 3 years, I'm finally mentally ready for marriage. Let's have the wedding tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you.
Yeah, make sure you show up this time.
Bree Morgan contacted me. If you hadn't given me a heads up earlier, I probably would have lost it in anger. Thank you. I'm just glad I could help. I was also really surprised when he reached out to me about a week ago. It really was such a huge help. I couldn't get in touch with him at all. I can't thank you enough for pretending to be one of my acquaintances and giving him my contact info. I just did what I was asked to do, but I'm relieved everything went smoothly. Yeah, well, it's not like saying you're one of my acquaintances is a complete lie anyway. I bet that fool has no idea we were setting him up. So what did he want from you? I mean, he wouldn't have asked for your contact info if he didn't have some kind of reason, right? Yeah, about that. He told me he wants to have a wedding tomorrow of all days. I could barely wrap my head around such an idiotic demand. I'm so sorry, Anna. I was so shocked that I accidentally broke a cup. I've been cleaning up the mess. Welcome back, Bree. Trust me, I understand how you feel. I almost threw my phone at the wall when I heard what he said. I can't believe you managed to stay so calm. I mean, I'm sorry for saying this, but didn't he ditch the wedding? On top of that, he never paid any of the alimony or the cancellation fees. Then he even took off with your jewelry and disappeared for 3 whole years without a word. And now he wants to get married? What is he even thinking? Yeah, when you lay it all out like that, it's absurd, isn't it? But believe it or not, I've decided to pretend to go along with the wedding idea. Wait, you're actually going to marry him? Of course not. I'm not that stupid. I'm just going to use this so-called wedding as a way to gather all of my relatives tomorrow. And I am making sure his relatives show up too. They were just as furious with him as I was. I'm planning for all of us to confront him together. I'm so glad to hear that. I was really worried for a moment. So I have a favor to ask you. Would you mind coming tomorrow and pretending to be one of my relatives? Me? Pretend to be one of your relatives? I think you have every right to be a part of this revenge plan, Bree. Thank you, Anna, but I don't think I deserve to be there. I appreciate your concern, but you've already made things right between us once, haven't you? And even though you were an accomplice, in a way, you were also a victim of that scumbag's lies. He fooled you just like he fooled me. Even so. Look, I'm going to take my revenge on him, and I'm not going to force you to help. But I know your tears and your apology when you broke down in front of me were genuine. That's why I'm inviting you. Whether you come or not is entirely up to you. Anna, why do you care so much about me? I'm the other woman who hurt you, even if I didn't know about it. Why? I don't know, to be honest. Maybe it's because in my own way I loved that idiot too, once upon a time. I guess I can understand at least a little bit what it feels like to be betrayed like that. Morgan, so the wedding ceremony itself wasn't doable right away, but I managed to book a reception hall. I'll send you the link later.
That's my Anna. You're as quick as ever. So the big day is finally tomorrow, huh? I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it too. I'm so excited. I feel like I might just lose my mind from all the excitement.
Hold on. Let's take it easy and catch up on those 3 years we've missed. Serving me is your true joy in life, right? I'll make sure you get plenty of chances to do that, so be ready. You're really lucky to have me, aren't you?
Yes, I am incredibly lucky. After all, I'm finally getting to do something I've always dreamed of doing.
Oh, right. Listen, I'm sure you're not dumb, so you'll get this, but don't invite my relatives, and don't invite yours either. You know, I don't get along with my family, and you, being single at your age is just embarrassing, right? So let's keep it just between us, a private wedding, just the two of us.
Don't worry, I won't invite anyone. Just the two of us, swearing our love for each other. How romantic.
Yeah, I can't wait to make you my wife. But you know you're getting on in years too, aren't you? It's gotta be embarrassing to wear a wedding dress at this point. Maybe we should just skip the ceremony and head straight to filing the marriage paperwork.
No, we can't do that.
Huh?
Oh, I mean, weddings are a big deal for women. You know that, right? And besides, I've been looking forward to having a ceremony with you. I've been dreaming about it. I've got everything planned out, and I'm even going to surprise you. So let's have the wedding, okay? Pretty please. If we do, I think I'll end up loving you even more than I already do.
Well, if my bride is asking, I guess we can have a ceremony.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Bri, help me! I'm contacting you while trying to hide from my relatives. I'm being held captive at home and I can't get out. You're the only one I can rely on. Please help me escape.
Why are you contacting me now? You really think I would help you after everything? You abandoned me.
I didn't abandon you. I had no choice. Anna was getting in the way between us and I had to escape.
Anna was getting in the way? What do you mean?
Anna is such a controlling woman. Look at me now. I'm like a caged bird. She wants to trap me and keep me all to herself. She's gone completely crazy. You saw what happened at the wedding yesterday. You saw me being taken away.
That's...
Even though I'm such a poor guy, no one is helping me. I fell right into Anna's trap. I can't believe she actually gathered all her relatives at the venue. She told me not to invite anyone.
I was also called by Anna to be there, but Morgan, you got caught immediately.
There wasn't even a choice to escape. But knowing you're here is a relief. This time, let's be together for real. I love you. You used to say you loved me, remember? Let's outsmart Anna, who keeps getting in our way, and find happiness together, just you and me.
Are you serious? You think I would just drop everything and help you after you treated me like that? You disappeared without a word when I needed you. And now you want me to believe that we can just go back to how things were? It doesn't work like that.
I know, I messed up, but I promise I've realized my mistakes. Anna was controlling everything and I didn't see any way out. I'm sorry for how I treated you. You have to believe me. I need your help now more than ever.
How can I trust you after everything that happened? You think I would just forget how you left me in the dust? You don't get to just waltz back into my life because things got tough for you.
Please, Bri, just think about it. If we team up, we can get away from Anna together. We can have the life we wanted. Just one last chance, that's all I'm asking for. I know I messed up before, but this is different. I need you.
You can't expect me to just take you back after you hurt me so badly. You made your choice. You chose Anna over me. Now you want me to help you escape from her? What about how I felt when you left?
I didn't mean to hurt you. You have to believe me. I thought I was doing the right thing at the time. Anna made it seem like I had no choice, but now I see things clearly. I need you, Bri. You're the only one who can help me break free from her grasp.
Maybe I still have feelings for you, but you can't just expect me to jump into action for you right now. You need to figure out what you want. If it's really me, then prove it.
You traitor! You told them I contacted you, didn't you? Because of that, my phone got smashed. This is the only old smartphone I have left. It was a crucial means of communication for me, and you just had to snitch on me.
Well, you were trying to sneak around and rely on your mistress while hiding from your parents. Of course I had to tell them. Morgan is contacting me and professing his love, begging for help, I said. It seems like there's no sign of remorse from you.
Don't mess with me. You're just my backup, and now you're acting all high and mighty.
So in the end, I was just your second choice, wasn't I?
Yeah, that's right. I just thought our physical chemistry was good enough to make you a suitable partner. You should be happy that I took you seriously at all.
Oh, really? But do you realize how pathetic it is that you can only rely on your backup? Right now, all your money and everything else are being controlled by your relatives, and you can't even leave the house. Yet you're still talking about eloping? Maybe you should take a good look at reality. Besides, calling me your backup is downright disrespectful. I was supposed to be your main partner.
If I was your main partner, then help me. Can't you see how miserable I am being held captive?
I don't feel sorry for you at all. You brought this upon yourself, but hey, you won't be locked up forever.
What do you mean?
Once you settle the alimony and everything you owe Anna and me, you'll be free. Lucky you.
Are you in on this too?
What do you mean, in on this? No one is on your side. But you know what? I actually want you to suffer.
What? Oh, why would you want me to suffer?
Well, I don't have the right to punish you. It's a fact that you hurt Anna, and I've been nothing but the bad guy in everyone's eyes. So I'll just sit back and watch you suffer from the sidelines. That's my revenge. You should regret not choosing me as your main partner. I loved you so much, but when I couldn't support you anymore, you just tossed me aside. So I hope everything falls apart for you. That's why I'll cooperate with Anna wholeheartedly.
Damn it! How dare you turn against me being just a backup?
How does it feel to be abandoned by your backup? Did you really think I'd come running to help you? Stop treating me like I'm some kind of joke. Oh, but if you find yourself with nothing left and nowhere to turn, just reach out to me. I'll happily throw you aside with a smile.
Damn it! I won't give up. I'm gonna become free no matter what.
Good luck with that. You're going to need it. You think it's going to be easy? You've burned so many bridges already. Everyone's watching you, and they know how you treated me. You think they're going to help you out now?
I don't care. I'll figure it out. I'm not gonna let this situation define me. I deserve to be free to live my life on my own terms.
You keep telling yourself that, but deep down, you know the truth. You're stuck, and it's all your fault. You could have had a life with me, but you chose Anna. You thought it would be easier, but look where that got you. Alone, desperate, and with no one to help you.
Shut up! I know what I did, but I'm trying to make it right. I'm trying to break free from this mess.
Make it right? How? By calling me when you need help after treating me like trash? You're delusional. You should have thought about the consequences before you got yourself into this situation.
Maybe I was foolish, but I'm not a bad person. I just wanted to be happy.
Happy? You think running back to me now will make you happy? You'll just be unhappy again, and then what? I won't be there to pick up the pieces this time.
Why are you being so cruel? I thought you cared about me.
I did care, but you threw that away. Now it's my turn to make you see what you've lost. You wanted to play games, and now you're getting played. I'm done being your backup plan.
Please, Bri, I'm begging you. Don't do this to me. I need you.
You had your chance, Morgan. You made your bed. Now lie in it. You think you can just come back and everything will be fine? Not a chance. You're going to have to learn this lesson the hard way.
Bri, you've got to help me, I swear. If you help me out, I'll love you like I should have all along. I'll make you my number one, and you won't ever feel abandoned again. Just cooperate with me a little, will you?
Really? Do you think I'd jump at the chance to help you after everything you've put me through? You think I just forget how you tossed me aside? Did you really have no self-awareness? I mean, obviously not, since you're relying on someone you abandoned. How pathetic.
Wait, hold on. I'm not talking to you. It's Anna I'm addressing right now. She's the one who's been behind all of this.
Oh, sweetie, it's me replying to you right now. I know you're on a secondary device because you didn't have my contacts saved. Isn't it just adorable how desperate you are? But really, I have to say, I feel bad for you. Your parents broke your phone, so it makes sense why you couldn't contact anyone. But look at you. You managed to have Bree's number stored on this device. You really were using this one for your little escapades, weren't you?
Anna! You're the reason I'm stuck in this mess. Now I can't even leave my house. I have to report to my room just to go to the bathroom. This is worse than prison.
You disappeared when you were supposed to go to the bathroom, didn't you? You've really made a mess of things yourself.
Damn it, I can't even talk to you without losing my mind. Get Bri back on the line.
Aw, are you really missing Bree more than me, your fiancé? If you're so heartbroken, I can increase the amount of alimony you owe me.
What? You can't be serious. I'm not paying a dime.
Your refusal doesn't matter, darling. It's done deal now. If you can't pay, I'll just seize all your assets. But I have a feeling you don't have much left anyway. You were always just after my money, weren't you? It looks like you were borrowing quite a bit from Bridget, too.
What do you mean you're in cahoots with Bri? I had no idea you two knew each other.
Of course we know each other. To me, it's all about getting the alimony you owe. After you vanished, there was quite a bit of chaos. You went off the grid, and I needed to find out where you were.
You did a background check on me? Are you saying you hired a private investigator?
Exactly. Thanks to that, I discovered so much, including the fact that you had Bree as your side chick. As soon as I found that out, I contacted my lawyer and got in touch with Bree. She was quite surprised to hear from me, especially after being cut off from you.
So you're telling me you brainwashed her into this? That's how it is?
Huh? Brainwashed? No. That's not the case at all. But yes, Bree did seem a bit out of it at first when I told her I was your fiancé. She'd been so wrapped up in you that she really struggled to accept the reality of the situation. I mean, she unleashed some really harsh words at me, but deep down, I think she knew she had been discarded.
What? How do you know that?
By the end of it all, she was in tears, apologizing to me. She was practically begging for forgiveness. It was heartbreaking to watch, truly. Seeing someone like Bree, who genuinely fell for you, just fall apart like that because of your actions, it hurt me too.
Why are you trying to make me feel guilty here? I'm the one who's been wronged.
Excuse me? Your situation is purely your own doing. Don't play the victim here. You betrayed her trust, and it's ridiculous to see you try to turn this around on someone else. Besides, do you remember how young Bree was at the time? She was still in school when you were taking advantage of her.
So what? You made her pay you alimony?
Of course. Bree went to her parents and borrowed money to pay me. It's pretty sad, really, that you've put her in this position.
Did you really take advantage of her like that? You have no heart.
Look who's talking. You took advantage of her and treated her like a toy, and now you act like you care? Please. And just to be clear, the reason I accepted alimony from her was to respect her feelings. She came to me very earnestly.
What are you talking about?
Listen, I may have been a victim too, but I didn't want to be a cruel person in this whole situation. I considered refusing your request and putting you in a difficult spot, but Bree was so earnest in her request. She told me I was in love with him, even though I should have noticed that he was married. I realize this is something I need to own up to. Can you believe that? She was so young and still so naive. Her determination moved me, and so I decided to respect her wishes and take the money.
But she's just a kid. You shouldn't have let her pay.
Oh, please, don't give me that nonsense. You made her pay too, and you threw her away like trash. You are the worst.
So does that mean Bri doesn't love me anymore?
Are you kidding? Why would she still love you after everything? Why do you think she should still have feelings for you?
But she always used to say she loved me.
Do you even realize what you're saying? You think after abandoning her and disappearing without a word that she's still supposed to be pining for you? You must be out of your mind. You destroyed her life, Morgan. She had to drop out of college and start working just to pay back her debts. But I have to give her credit. In these 3 years, she managed to pay off her loans.
What? You made her work so hard for you?
She was determined to do it herself, and I think that shows a lot of strength, especially considering everything she's been through. You took advantage of her feelings and left her with nothing. She deserved better than that.
Then why are you still here, Anna? Why not just let me go?
You think I'm going to let you off easy? Not a chance. I am not the one who gets to decide whether you go or stay. You broke my heart and destroyed everything I had planned. I'm not going to let you just walk away without consequences.
What are you talking about? You're the one who wants revenge, right? What do you even want from me?
That's simple, really. I want the money you owe me for alimony and the cancellation fees for the wedding you bailed on. Plus, I want everything back that you stole from me. You're going to pay for all of it, and I'm going to make sure you suffer for what you've done.
No way. I don't have any money right now. You know that. My finances are a mess. You can't do this to me.
I couldn't care less about your finances. You have no say in this anymore. Your income is going straight to me for all the pain you've caused.
But I'm broke. How am I supposed to pay you anything? I need to survive.
Survival is no longer your concern. Your parents have agreed to keep an eye on you, and I'm getting reports on everything. You can't even breathe without me knowing about it.
What do you mean? You're monitoring me? You can't be serious.
Of course I am. I'm keeping tabs on you because I don't trust you. And guess what? I knew you were trying to reach out to Bree all along. I was ready for it.
Are you serious? You knew I was trying to contact her? You were watching me the whole time?
Yes, I was. I had a feeling you would try to contact her, so I made sure to keep your little device intact. I didn't want you to reach out to her in any way that could harm her or put her in a difficult position.
Then what? Am I supposed to just sit here forever? You can't just do this to me.
You think you can run away from this? You're going to be right where I want you until you fulfill your obligations. You can stay locked up in your own home or you can deal with me directly. But either way, I'm not letting you go until I see you pay for what you've done to me.
You're insane. You're out of your mind.
Insane? Maybe. But it's nothing compared to the betrayal you pulled on me. You'll learn to appreciate how valuable a good fiancé can be once I'm done with you.
Anna, this is really bad. You have to help me. If I get caught, I don't know what'll happen to me.
Are you okay? You managed to escape from home, right? You shouldn't have run away. If you'd stayed, those scary debt collectors wouldn't have bothered you.
How do you know those guys came to my house?
Surprised? Well, I'm the one who called them, actually.
What do you mean?
I told you I hired a private investigator to find you. I also know that you got involved with loan sharks, you know? And on top of that, you were using the money that Bree gave you to spend it on hostesses. It's honestly appalling. I've heard you racked up quite the debt at those places. That's why I told those scary guys where to find you. But honestly, I didn't realize how many places you'd borrowed money from until I started checking. I couldn't cover it all by myself, so Bree helped me contact some of the nightclubs you've been frequenting. We've been going around to the places where you've defaulted on your payments these past few days.
What? You found all this out in just a few days?
Of course, Bree was exhausted by the end of it. There were way more places than we expected.
Damn it! No way! I'm going to escape this! This is my hometown! I can hide anywhere around here!
Wait a second. Did you even think about why I was deliberately letting you use a secondary phone?
What?
While you were in the restroom, I had someone install a location sharing app. You're in the park right now, aren't you? I've already informed those scary guys about your location. You should just give up already.
What? No way, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh, it's too late for you to run now. They're probably just about to show up. You're probably hiding behind some playground equipment, right? You should look around. You're surrounded.
Are you serious? There are tough-looking guys surrounding the park. This is bad. I can't escape like this.
Honestly, if you thought you could escape, then you're the one who's crazy. You should return what you borrowed. Look, as for the compensation we're owed, we'll take everything you have left. After all, you're never going to be able to repay those debts anyway. So, good luck with your time in jail. This time, even if you do go to the restroom, you won't be able to get away.
You can't be serious! You called those guys on me? I can't believe you would go that far. What happened to us being friends?
Friends? You think this is about friendship? You betrayed me in the worst way possible. You think I'm just going to stand by while you run away from your responsibilities? You thought I wouldn't find out about your debts and all the trouble you caused? You left me with nothing. So now it's my turn to ensure you face the consequences.
But I was trying to protect you. I thought if I just disappeared, the debt collectors would leave us alone. I didn't want you to get dragged into my mess.
You think disappearing was protecting me? You put me in an even worse situation. I was left to deal with everything while you ran away. You thought I wouldn't be angry? You thought I wouldn't want justice?
I didn't think you would go to such lengths to get back at me. I'm scared. You don't understand. If those guys find me, I'll be in serious trouble.
And you think that I should care? You should have thought about that before you decided to run off and leave me with the wreckage of your choices. This is what happens when you decide to play games with people's lives.
I was young and stupid. I made mistakes, okay? We all make mistakes. Can't we just talk this out? Maybe there's another way to handle this.
Talk? You think talking will fix everything? You think after everything you've done, we can just sit down and have a chat? I am done with your excuses. You're going to face the music now.
I never meant to hurt you. I just didn't know how to handle it all.
Well, now you'll have to learn how to handle the fallout. This is your chance to face the consequences of your actions. No more running, no more hiding. Just you and your debts.
Please, Anna, don't do this. I'm begging you.
It's too late for begging. You should have thought about this before you decided to take everything for granted. Now it's my turn to make sure you understand what it means to be held accountable.
I can't believe this is happening. How did it come to this?
It's simple. You made your choices, and now you'll deal with the consequences. You thought you could escape your responsibilities, but I won't let that happen. Not now, not ever. Morgan has been forced out to sea, laboring every single day from early morning until nightfall. The routine is relentless, and each day feels like a carbon copy of the last. The ocean stretches endlessly before him, a vast expanse that reflects the weight of his burdens. The ship on which he works is equipped with a toilet, a small convenience that might seem like a relief in such a harsh environment. However, it's essential to understand that the ship feels more like a prison than a place of work. The environment is cramped and confined, akin to being locked in a small room where freedom is merely a concept that remains out of reach. Each time Morgan boards the vessel, he knows he's stepping into a world from which there is no escape. He can't simply disembark whenever he pleases. He's subject to the demands of the sea and the pressures of his work. The idea of freedom is almost laughable when he considers his situation. When he returns home after long hours of labor, he's not greeted with the warmth and comfort, but rather finds himself locked away in a small cabin. This existence feels increasingly oppressive, and it seems that he's living solely to repay his debts, a thought that weighs heavily upon him. I heard from a mutual friend that he once tried to make a desperate attempt to break free from this unending cycle of work. He tried to escape and go to Bree's place, thinking perhaps he could find solace and a reprieve from his harsh reality there. Unfortunately, his hopes were dashed, and the outcome was far from what he had envisioned. He was kicked out and sent back, a rejection that must have felt like a devastating blow. The very act of trying to escape illustrates the depth of his despair, but facing hostility upon his return must have been a crushing experience for him. The rejection not only dampens his spirit, but also reinforces his sense of entrapment. In stark contrast to Morgan's tumultuous life, I find myself living a much quieter and more serene existence. My days are filled with small joys and the comfort of a loving relationship. I'm currently in a relationship with a man who brings genuine joy to my life. He's a wonderful person, and while I appreciate his qualities, I'm also careful to take my time in getting to know him better. I think he has a good heart, and I'm grateful for the moments we share together. However, I firmly believe in the importance of patience. Building a strong foundation in our relationship requires both of us to invest time and understanding into one another. Rushing into anything would be unwise. I want to ensure that we're both ready for what comes next in our lives. Our relationship is something I cherish deeply. It's filled with laughter, shared experiences, and mutual respect. I find joy in our simple moments together, whether we're going for a walk, enjoying a meal, or just talking about our day. These experiences are precious to me, and I recognize that they are the building blocks of a strong partnership. When I think about the possibility of marriage, it fills me with both excitement and trepidation. If this man is as good as I believe he is, then I would love to consider taking the next step together. The idea of marriage represents a significant commitment, one that carries a great deal of weight and responsibility. Marriage isn't just a celebration, it's a promise to support one another through all of life's ups and downs. It signifies a mutual commitment to nurturing our love, building a life together, and facing challenges as a united front. I want to make sure that we're both prepared for this journey before making any decisions. Reflecting on Morgan's life, I can't help but feel a sense of sadness for him. He's trapped in a cycle of work and confinement, with little hope for escape or relief. His life is a stark reminder of how vital it is to have the freedom to choose one's own path. The inability to choose can be suffocating, and it often leads to feelings of hopelessness and despair. In my own life, I have that freedom, and I don't take it for granted. I'm able to pursue happiness and seek a life that brings me joy and fulfillment. The ability to choose who I want to be with and how I want to live is a privilege that I deeply appreciate. It's something that not everyone has the luxury of experiencing, and I am grateful every day for my circumstances. As I navigate my relationship, I often reflect on the qualities that are important to me in a partner. Trust is paramount. I want someone I can rely on completely, someone who will be there for me no matter what. Respect is equally important. I want to be with someone who values me and my opinions. Understanding and communication are also crucial elements of a successful partnership. It's essential that we're able to express our thoughts and feelings openly, without fear of judgment or misunderstanding. I want to be able to share my dreams, fears, and aspirations with him, and I hope he feels the same way. Building a strong emotional connection is vital to the health of our relationship. While Morgan's life is filled with struggles and confinement, I find myself embracing the little joys that life offers. The quiet moments spent with my partner, the shared laughter, and the comfort of being with someone I care about all contribute to my happiness. These moments may seem small, but they are the essence of what it means to build a life together. I often reflect on my life before I met him. I remember the loneliness I felt, the uncertainty that loomed over me. It's incredible how one person can make such a positive impact. Since meeting him, I feel as though I've found a piece of myself that was missing before. I feel grateful for the love and support we share, and I cherish the journey we're on together. As I contemplate the future, I am filled with hope. I have dreams not only for myself, but for us as a couple. I envision a life filled with love, laughter, and shared expectations. I want to create a life where we can both thrive, where we can support each other's goals and aspirations. Traveling is one of my aspirations. I want to explore new places, experience different cultures, and create beautiful memories together. I dream of building a home that radiates warmth and happiness, a sanctuary where we both feel safe and loved. A home filled with laughter, love, and shared memories is what I long for, and I believe it is possible with the right person by my side. However, before taking the leap into marriage, I want to ensure that we're aligned in our goals and values. It's essential that we have similar visions for our future. I want to be confident in my choice to marry, knowing that we are both ready to embrace that commitment. The concept of marriage is significant and should not be taken lightly. It's a commitment that requires dedication, love, and understanding. I want to feel assured that we are both prepared to embark on this journey together. The last thing I want is to rush into a decision that could have lasting repercussions on our lives. In a stark contrast to Morgan's situation, I'm grateful for the opportunities I have. I recognize that I can shape my destiny, pursue my dreams, and seek a life filled with love and joy. It's a privilege that I hold dear. I want to make choices that reflect my values and dreams, always holding on to the hope that our love can grow and flourish. As I continue to navigate my relationship, I find myself cherishing every moment we share. I look forward to the future, knowing it holds endless possibilities. I'm excited about the prospect of building a life together, one where we can create a family, pursue our passions, and support each other through every challenge life may throw our way. If my partner is indeed the good man I believe him to be, I will gladly embrace the idea of marriage. It would be a beautiful culmination of our journey, a celebration of love, commitment, and the bond we've built together. Ultimately, I wish for Morgan to find a way out of his predicament. Everyone deserves a chance at happiness, to break free from the chains that bind them. I hope he can find a way to escape the suffocating grip on his current life, to discover a path that leads him to joy and fulfillment. As I reflect on my own life, I'm filled with gratitude for the choices I have. I recognize the privilege of being able to shape my own future, and I will continue to strive for a life filled with love, laughter, and meaningful connections. Morgan's struggle serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of freedom and choice. It compels me to appreciate the life I have and the love that surrounds me. The contrasting experiences we share highlight the vast differences in our lives and the various paths we've taken. I want to hold on to that feeling of gratitude and continue nursing my relationship. It's essential to remain aware of how fortunate I am, especially in comparison to what Morgan is going through. As I envision our lives, I can't help but think about the commitment I want to make to my partner. It's about more than just love. It's about building a life together, supporting each other, and being there for one another in times of need. If we can navigate the challenges together and maintain open lines of communication, I believe we can create a beautiful future. I want to be there for him, just as I hope he will be there for me.
Hi, Marion, honey. What are you doing right now? I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty bored. Why don't you bring Victor over to play? Not like I have anything better to do. You haven't been coming back home recently, and Mom's been feeling sad. How about you fulfill your daughter-in-law duties for once?
I'm sorry, I'm still at work right now. I can't come. After I'm finished with work, I'm going to pick up Victor from school, and then we're going back home.
What are you on about? I can pick him up easy peasy. Just let me get my wallet and my keys, and I'm good to go.
If someone who isn't the child's parent is coming to pick them up, they'll have to notify the school first. Otherwise, they won't let the child go with them.
Oh, come on, really? Oh, that's such a drag. I was doing him the honor of coming over to play.
Thank you so much. I'm sure he'd love to play with his Auntie Bailey sometime soon.
Enough about that. Isn't your older sister without a job, Marion?
What? No, she isn't jobless. She has a proper job.
But the job's only part-time, right? Oh, seems like she has too much time on her hands. Isn't she my age, actually?
Yes, I think she is. In case you're wondering, she's 38 years old.
And she's a certified recluse, I hear.
She was diagnosed with chronic depression, so yes, she was living at home for 2 years. But starting this year, she's able to go back outside. She started a part-time job that's going well.
This is so insane. It's actually funny. A pathetic, jobless recluse at this ripe age.
I'm telling you, Miss Bailey, she's not anything like you say.
It's not like she's married like I am. She's fallen behind in life, I must say. Oh, such a pity.
Could you please refrain from talking about my own sister that way?
You can't blame anyone for telling her so. It's the truth, after all.
Perhaps, but it's still hurtful and rude.
Well, I assume she must have a lot of free time, so I thought I would become her friend.
What? You want to befriend my sister?
Oh, it's such a pity she's a recluse. So I thought becoming her friend would open up new doors, you know? And also, my free time can be used up spending it with her. It's literally the best win-win in the world, isn't it?
Clarissa's busy with her own life right now, and it's not like she has no friends. On the contrary, she has many. I don't think she needs any more.
Clarice, that's her name, right?
Yes, it is.
I think I met her once at my wedding, but I don't remember what she's like at all. Maybe she's just like you, without much of a goddamn presence.
What are you trying to say? In any case, you need not worry about Clarice, but thank you very much for your concern.
Oh, I'm so damn bored these days, Marion.
Is that so? Why don't you find a job then?
There's no way I'm gonna do that. I got married because I wanted to become a housewife. Unlike your sister Clarice, who can't ever get married.
What?
I really cannot understand you, Marion. Going off to work even after getting married and having children? Just tell me, you don't exactly trust your husband, my brother. Now do you?
I appreciate all the accusations, Miss Bailey. But lest we forget, you're currently living away from your own husband, right?
You couldn't be more wrong. Grayson's only been reassigned temporarily.
He stopped by just the other day, to talk to us about something.
What?
You seem to be claiming that he'd been reassigned temporarily, but it seems to him that you've kicked him out of his own house. Your husband Grayson visited us to vent about how he wants a divorce, but you'll have none of that.
Wait, huh? This is news to me. We're only taking some time to work on ourselves. I plan to go back to our old life together with a little more time. We aren't living separately. He really has been reassigned. We're only living away from each other for a short time.
In his eyes, that's not how it seems, Miss Bailey.
It is what it is, damn it.
Do you really have no intention of changing the cause of this situation?
The cause?
I was told that you've been doing the housework since you married him 6 months ago, and you've stopped doing that completely, haven't you? And I hear the reason's because you're hooked on some video game. Is that true?
That's not true at all. Even housewives need some time off from their busy schedules, you know.
How can you be so busy if you don't do any of the housework? You found a game online that you think is fun and you play it all day long without cleaning any of the rooms and whatnot. And what's worse, you use his credit card to buy branded pieces of fashion. Grayson's been fretting over the bills because it just amounts to more than he can handle, you see.
If I buy branded items and then sell them immediately, it can be converted into money to use for the game. It's not like I'm paying thousands of dollars in liquid cash for these things. Don't you think it's a good way to make money?
That's called resale, Miss Bailey, and I believe that's a crime.
But still, it works. Because of it, I'm now a master at build games. And no, I haven't told Grayson about this, but I'm doing that these days. The credit card's been terminated, and I can't pay money for games anymore. And things have become pretty droll. That's why I'm bored. Bring Victor over, please. His auntie wants to spend some time with him.
What the hell are you talking about?
What?
Don't you realize you're on the brink of being left on the curb? Or are you actually feigning ignorance?
What the hell do you mean?
You go about pointing fingers at Clarice about her situation, but I ask you, who is the real jobless recluse?
I'm not caged up at home, you know.
And neither is Clarice. But in any case, it doesn't change the fact that you're at your house, wasting your days away doing nothing. Mrs. Attaway has been so stressed about how expensive the electricity bill's been, you know.
There's no way.
Getting comfortable in front of the heater at full blast, staring at the TV all day every day, watching programs and or playing video games, of course the bills are going to skyrocket.
That'll only be while Grayson's reassigned, and I'm gonna start doing the housework again when he comes back home.
I'm telling you, Bailey, it doesn't seem like a temporary reassignment to me, and I don't think he'll be coming back ever.
What? Did he say something like that?
Yes, he did. Looks like he set himself on a divorce.
You can't be serious. You're just mad because I said some funny things about your sister, right? Tell me that's the case.
I'm not mad, Miss Bailey. I do, however, feel like you're a pitiful human being.
How dare you? I'm not pitiful in any way, and I resent you for comparing me to a lowly part-timer approaching 40.
Clarissa's becoming a full-time employee starting next month, and I remind you, she's exactly your age. Here's the punchline. Looks like Destiny's gonna hand you a red card sometime soon.
No, it won't.
And also, you've been cheating on Grayson.
What? What do you mean by that?
No use hiding it since Grayson knows about it already. Seems like he hired a detective agency and everything. My husband's been apologizing to him so very deeply day in and day out. But it should be you who apologizes, right, Miss Bailey?
When did this happen?
The day before yesterday, I believe. Isn't Mrs. Attaway not at home right now?
Huh? Now that you mention it, she isn't. But what's that got to do with anything?
She's gone to negotiate with Grayson, apparently.
That can't mean that Mom knows about it too.
I'm afraid she does. At the very least, she'd known about the fact that it was never a temporary reassignment.
But that's impossible.
You even go about lying to your own parents. And then they find out. What a shame, what a shame.
I can't contact Grayson. How can that be?
You've been ignoring him up until now, haven't you? He's told you numerous times he wanted to talk, but because you ghosted him, he gave up on that idea and reached out to Mrs. Attaway instead.
How did he even find out about my affair and even went on to blab to you about it? This is unbelievable.
Your partner's someone you met through online gaming, right? I was so surprised that you'd go about meeting this guy in person,
You even know about that?
You're so lucky that all he ever assumed was that you were living separate from her husband. I applaud you. A jobless hunk approaching 40, dumped by her husband, and could be abandoned by her parents, too. Wouldn't you pity a poor woman like that? My husband and I have no intention of helping you, of course. You brought this on yourself, so you go fix it yourself, okay? That day, Bailey's husband told everything to Bailey's mother and informed her that he'd already discussed the issue of compensation with a lawyer. In addition to the compensation, which would already amount to something quite substantial, he would demand a full refund of all the money Bailey had used behind his back to buy branded fashion items. Of course, Miss Bailey doesn't have any savings of her own whatsoever. Furthermore, it was found out that she was lending her online gaming friend money through online transactions, and the money they both spent on the games had amounted to something frankly disgusting. Bailey's mother wanted to help her daughter out, but her father couldn't forgive her for what she'd done, and he was so kind as to carry the burden of paying compensation. Under the condition that Bailey find a good, proper job, otherwise she wouldn't be welcome to live at the house at all. Bailey never had much work experience at all, and she started job hunting with a heavy heart. But even her application for a part-time convenience store clerk, exactly like the one she'd been ridiculing, wasn't accepted.
Well, little Lizzie has been really busy recently, hasn't she? I heard that you're getting married to Mike. This must be some kind of sick joke, right? Didn't you know that Mike was dating me? How could this possibly be happening? Huh? Who is this? What are you talking about? What do you want? I haven't got a clue what you're on about. Don't play stupid with me, Lizzie. You know exactly who this is. How could you ever forget a person like me? It's me, Justine. I'm Mike's ex-girlfriend. I'm sure he mentioned me to you at least once. I still feel really upset about all of this. I feel completely robbed, and it's all because of you. Justine? Oh, so you're Mike's ex-girlfriend. How were you able to get this number? What's so important that you wanted to talk to me for? Come to think of it, when I first started dating Mike, you were the one who wanted to just flirt your way back into his good books. I don't get it. Why did you go to the trouble of finding a mutual friend of ours so that you could get my number and send me messages? All you're going to do is start trouble. What do you want, Justine? Excuse me? What makes you think I've come here to start trouble? That makes you a really bad person just by thinking that of a person before anything else. I feel like I was definitely more of a better match for Mike than you are. I've got way more ambitions than you. Wouldn't it be better if you left Mike on your own accord so that I don't have to do so much hard work? You better leave before you start to feel miserable about yourself. What do you mean before I start to feel miserable? Did you really just get my number just to bother me and threaten me to take my relationship away? Whatever you're planning, Justine, it's not going to work on me. What could you possibly do to me? You know that us getting married has nothing to do with you, right? What's your goal in contacting me, Justine? I'm thinking of taking back what's rightfully mine. I want Mike to be in a relationship with me, so give him back to me, please. Excuse me? What did you just say? You want me to give him back? He's not something who can be passed around. He's a person. Mike doesn't belong to you, and he wouldn't get back with you if you were the last woman on Earth. Maybe you're the only one who thinks that way, Lizzie. Mike's very decisive, and he'll definitely choose me over you every time. I can now go to the wedding ceremony with peace of mind. It's going to be so nice to see you get rejected. Huh? I'm so confused. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, Justine. Don't even think about breaking into my ceremony. You were never invited, and you're not welcome either. You're starting to really annoy me right now. I don't need a chaotic situation right before my ceremony. If you've got something that you want to say, why don't you just contact Mike directly? Why are you telling me all this? Are you trying to start a fight or something? I'm not going to fall for your tricks. Hey, I'm just trying to give you some helpful advice before you make any mistakes. Why are you even getting married anyways? You know that Mike's going to end up choosing me in the end. Are you kidding me, Justine? That's less than helpful advice. I don't need it. Stop trying to pick a fight with me. You're stressing me out. You're just causing trouble, and I'm going to leave the conversation here. I've got a lot of things to do. As long as you understand what's going to happen, that's fine by me. I'm just trying to prepare you. You're not preparing me for anything at all. You're just stirring me up. I don't understand why you're doing this at all. Just be prepared to give Mike back to me, okay? That's all I want. Well, I suppose I better get ready for what's about to happen. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the wedding ceremony. I don't know what your plan is, but I am not going to let it happen. You're not going to get away with this. Please don't come here and get involved with our plans. I don't need your advice, and Mike doesn't need you in his life. Just leave us alone, why don't you? Well, I guess it's time to head over to the wedding ceremony now. Do me a favor and just disappear. What are you talking about, Justine? Why do I have to disappear when it's my wedding that I need to attend? You've got no power over what I do. The worst thing about all of this is you barging into our ceremony when you're not wanted. Can you please just stop this nonsense and move on with your life? How about I don't do what you say and barge in anyways? You can't just turn around and tell a woman who's 8 months pregnant what to do. Huh? What did you just say? You're not telling me you're pregnant, are you? Oh, didn't you know that I was? I thought it was common knowledge since the baby is Mike's after all. Don't start this crap. I know for a fact that's definitely not true. It's been too long since you last dated him. That doesn't make sense. That's why I came, to get Mike from the ceremony. He and I are going to get married, so you need to let him go. He's marrying me, and I'm going to have his child. You can't marry him. I know you're just saying all of these misleading things to get in my head, but it's not going to work. Have you lost your mind, Justine? Because there's no other explanation as to why you're doing this, apart from that you're a horrible person. Hey, I'm the one who's having a child here, so I should be the one that gets married to the love of my life, am I right? You're getting in the way of that. You're such a nuisance, and I want you gone. Excuse me? A nuisance? If anyone is being a nuisance right now, it's you, Justine. You're spoiling everything. You've obviously forgotten that I'm the one who's marrying Mike and spending the rest of my life with him. Well, sweetheart, that's not going to happen. I'm taking over your wedding and putting myself in your place. You're not going to be in the bridal position anymore, Lizzie. Mike and I are going to get married and run away with each other, so you don't need to worry about him anymore. I don't understand what you mean by not worrying. Because you're trying to steal my husband away from me? You really have gone crazy, haven't you? You seriously don't think you're allowed to come here, do you? You've said that you're going to marry him so many times that you're starting to become a pain in my backside. Are you really not getting where I'm coming from with this? Well, I'm ready, so you'd better prepare yourself as well. I'll make my enemy disappear, never to be seen again. Your enemy? Are you seriously kidding me, Justine? That's not going to happen. I'm the main character today, and you know it. Well, I don't know how you're going to be the main character when I'm supposed to be in that position. You stole the man I was supposed to marry and my wedding day, so I'm going to take it all back. Wow, I really have got no idea what's gotten into you. Are you okay? This is just ridiculous, Justine. Even if you were going to take over the ceremony with an attitude like that, the guests would be in an uproar. They'll definitely want you kicked out of the venue if you try to do anything to spoil our day. I'm not sensing any good vibes from this, so why don't you just talk to Mike so you can both straighten this whole thing out? I'm heading over now, Lizzie. You better be prepared for what I'm about to do. I told you to stop this, Justine. This is absolute madness. I don't understand why you're doing this. You're such a crazy woman. I haven't done anything to you. Please don't do anything stupid, Justine. What the heck is going on here? What's with everyone's reaction? Why is everyone laughing for? It's only a natural thing for me to want to marry the man who's the father of my child. I'm 8 months pregnant, for goodness sake. This wedding ceremony was supposed to be about me and Mike. Why isn't anyone taking it seriously?
I really don't know, Justine. Maybe it's the fact that you dated me over 3 years ago and claim a baby is mine. Don't talk such crap to me. Do you know how much grief you've caused for Lizzie? How long are you going to embarrass her for? I'm trying to tell you what she said before. Stop doing this to us.
Huh? Is that you, Mike? Why have you got Lizzie's phone? How long does it take you to finally contact me, huh? What the heck was that earlier on? Didn't you think it was terrible? How dare they laugh at me?
You know, Justine, when we dated 3 years ago, you were so cheerful and happy-go-lucky. Now I just get strange vibes from you. You're basically causing a chaotic situation. What did you plan on doing once you got to the venue? Huh?
I wanted to talk to you, Mike. I wanted to get married to you. I thought that I could just come by and take Lizzie's place and marry you right then and there. I'm the one who's pregnant. I'm the one you would choose, right?
I'm sorry. Why do you think I'd choose to marry you when you wanted to come in and take over everything?
Huh? But then why are you contacting me like this? Isn't it because you wanted to see me as you've made a huge mistake?
Are you kidding me? Don't you get it? It's because you've been harassing Lizzie with messages all day. How many times do I have to tell you so that you won't cause any more trouble? How could you act like this? Are you stupid or something? Why would you contact my fiancée? She's gonna be marrying me.
Please don't say things like that to me. I just want you to marry me, that's all. You weren't replying to my messages. I had no choice but to get in contact with Lizzie and convince her to leave and never come back.
You've gotta be kidding me. I didn't want to read your messages, so I blocked your number on my phone.
Wait, what? You blocked me? Why would you do that? All I wanted was to talk to you. What's the big deal?
Maybe it's because I want nothing to do with you, Justine? We broke up, and I don't want to be with you. Us dating is a thing of the past, and it's a part of my past that I don't want to reflect on. I'm just wanting to blank it out of my memory. I was relieved to not have heard anything from you in 3 years. And now you show up? Right before my wedding?
I've already tried to tell you what's going on. I'm pregnant, Mike. I'm going to have a baby. You're not going to abandon me, are you?
Why are you telling me all this? Shouldn't you be telling your parents and things that you're pregnant? Of course, that baby isn't mine, so don't try and put any of the blame on me. It's another man's child. We haven't even seen each other since we broke up, so how can it be my child? That's why all the guests at the ceremony burst out laughing, because they know it's not true, and they were embarrassed for you.
Why do you think I'm lying to you? I'm not lying. You're not going to do this to me, are you? You're not going to abandon me, are you? Are you telling me that you're not going to marry me, that I don't deserve you?
There's no way that I'm ever going to get back together with you. I'm so happy for the first time in my life with the woman I love, which is Lizzie. Please, just stop causing us so much trouble. We don't need this on what's supposed to be the best day of our lives. I don't want you coming anywhere near me ever again. Do you hear me? I'm not going to get involved with you, Justine.
Please, Mike, don't do this to me. Just wait a minute, please. You can't just abandon me. Just answer this question. Don't you still love me, Mike? Justine, please, just stop this, okay? That's enough of this nonsense. We just want you to leave us alone. I'm with Mike now, and I love him. Oh, great. Is this you, Lizzie? This is just perfect. What am I supposed to do now? How could you do this to me? How dare you embarrass me like you did? Why would you do this to a pregnant woman? Have you been pretending to be Mike and sending me messages? There's no way that Mike would just abandon me, right? You're playing me, aren't you? Huh? What are you even saying, Justine? You're not really making any sense, and what you're doing is awful. It's horrible that such a fuss was caused at my wedding ceremony. It shouldn't have happened. I feel so terrible right now. What a terrible way to put it. I did no such thing. I was entitled to do that because I'm Mike's ex-girlfriend, remember? I just wanted him back in my arms. It was really me who was supposed to get married to Mike today. You're ruining everything. So what, you're his ex-girlfriend. Now that he's not with you, whatever he does with his life has got nothing to do with you. It's been such a long time since you both broke up. Can't you just move on and find some other poor guy to marry? Besides, Mike's already my husband. What's he supposed to do if you've suddenly come back to get him and say you're pregnant? Everyone knows that it's not his baby, Justine. Who are you kidding here? Mike and I were planning to raise the child together. I know that he's always wanted a baby. But then you came in out of the blue and said you were going to get married to him. Mike is my man and always will be. Have you seriously lost your mind? You've actually gone crazy, Justine. He never said that to you. I guess when I said that we were getting married, you decided that you needed him more than I did. You don't like the fact that someone else is with him now. I never stole Mike away from you. You pushed him away. We started dating each other after you both broke up. He was my friend, but I never did anything with him when he was with you. Surely you remember what went down. You know that's what happened, right? I don't care what happened in the past. I need him by my side in the present. I want Mike to fulfill his role as a father. I believe Mike and I know he would never backstab me in order to be with you. He doesn't want that for himself. He cares about me too much. Besides, where's the evidence to prove that Mike's the father of the baby you're carrying? Huh? What are you talking about? What about my baby? What evidence could I possibly have? You know that you can find out the paternity of a child by analyzing its DNA, right? I don't need any DNA testing to prove who the father is. I know for a fact that this is Mike's baby. You do know that I'm pregnant, right? Don't you think that Mike should have chosen me? It's the better choice for him. What the heck, Justine? Why do you think that? You're completely delusional. You've lost your marbles, that's for sure. There's no why to be questioned. This is the way it should be. He should be with me, not you, and I'm having his child, and he should marry me. That's definitely not how it should be, Justine. How are you not getting this? We've explained this to you so many times now. How is it not sinking in? Mike said earlier that the two of you did date each other. You know that was 3 years ago, right? Why do you think that Mike would choose you now? He hasn't had contact with you in such a long time, and to be honest, he doesn't want to. He should choose me because I'm the one who's pregnant, and I know he wanted children someday, and that day is today. You're the one who's not understanding this. It's frustrating me so much. And whose baby is it, Justine, if you haven't seen Mike in 3 years? It's definitely not Mike's baby because he's been with me for the past 8 months. The reason that you both broke up in the first place was because you got caught cheating on him. He was devastated, but he knew he deserved better. Isn't it because of you that Mike gave up on your relationship? Because you cheated on him with another man? There's no way that Mike would ever start over again with a woman who sleeps around with other men behind his back. Oh, come on. That was a long time ago. I was young and stupid, and he was too. We had no idea how to act in a relationship. I'm sure he hung out with other women as well. I'm not the only guilty one in this story. I'm being serious about wanting him back. Even though you say these things now and feel regret, nothing's going to change. You can't have him. He loves me. But he can't do this to me. I'm the one who's pregnant and needs a man by her side. Don't you get that? How is he not prioritizing me over you? I'm the pregnant one. I'm the one who needs help. Oh, you didn't just go there. There is nothing wrong with him choosing me over you. No way would he want to get with a pregnant woman when the baby isn't his. And you know what? You've got no proof that it's his, so give it up, Justine. He's not getting back together with you. But don't you think it's terrible of him to abandon me in this condition? I am heavily pregnant and need a man. Wouldn't you help a woman out if they were pregnant? You do realize you're going way too far with that theory, right? This situation is completely different from just casually helping out a pregnant lady. Are you saying that someone should help you by marrying you while you're pregnant? Is that it? But someone would need to love you and even want to do that. It would be impossible. Like, actually think about it, Justine. You've gone quiet. Why did you shut up all of a sudden? Hello? Justine? Look, Mike and I are happily married. Don't you realize you're interfering with that? You've got nothing to do with us. You're just another outsider, and we don't want you in our circle ruining everything. Why are you trying to get so involved? I just wanted to be happy with Mike. That's all I've ever wanted, to be happy with him. Well, you had your chance, Justine, and you blew it. You know that, right? You should have thought about all of this while you two were dating and before you decided to go and cheat on him. It's too late for you. Everything you did with him is lost. You've got no one to blame but yourself. Even if you're pregnant, we all know it's not Mike's child. If you insist on keeping up with this fake story, prove it with a DNA test. Okay, fine, I admit it. He's not the father to my baby. I haven't seen Mike since we broke up. You happy now? I finally said it. Well, like I said before, I knew it wasn't his baby, so what's been the point of this conversation? It's been a complete waste of time and energy. But I'm in a lot of emotional pain. The father of my baby abandoned me. I thought that if I told Mike that it was his, he'd choose me and we'd be together. Oh my God, why would you do that? Do you know how selfish this is? Are you that self-conscious about doing this by yourself? Don't you think it's kind of dumb of you to get involved in ruining our wedding plans and make that sort of claim in front of everyone? I don't know how much of an expectation you had with Mike choosing you over me, but he'd never do that to me. Do you really think he would talk to you calmly and want to see you after breaking up such a long time ago? If someone asks you to get married because you're pregnant, don't you think you'd be causing trouble? Why would you even want to trouble Mike with such a burden when he wants to be with me? But I am in trouble, Lizzie. I can't have this baby without it having a father. Many women give birth to their babies and bring them up. It's very doable. You knew what you were doing. You need to take responsibility for the mess you've caused. Have you not thought to look for the baby's father yourself? You need to ask the baby's dad to take responsibility for what he's done too. He's also to blame for this. I don't know what else to tell you, Justine. This is something that you've got to deal with. Stop dragging Mike into it. But how can I? Mike isn't replying to me. You need to tell him what's going on with me. Please, you've got to tell him to contact me. How stupid are you, Justine? He doesn't want to speak with you. Who would honestly tell that to their own husband? He doesn't want to have to deal with a crazy woman who's making no sense at all. Crazy woman? Are you talking about me? I'm not crazy. My baby needs a father, and I want it to be Mike. Oh, for goodness sake, I am not doing this with you anymore. Are you sure there's no one else who'll be the dad? It really is a shame that you were trying to convince Mike to be the dad. It's embarrassing, really. I can't deal with you anymore. Feel free to worry more about this on your own, but you need to deal with your own problems. Stop giving them to us. Like Mike did, I'm going to block your number now. No, please wait. Please don't block me. Mike can't abandon me like this. I am so pregnant, and I'm about to pop any minute. I've got no one else. Then maybe you need to go find yourself a new husband. Don't rely on mine. I don't want to hear from you ever again. Stop acting like a dumb crazy lady and get on with your life. You've got a baby to take care of. In the end, Justine held a huge grudge against Mike and Lizzie as they wouldn't help her. Apparently, she tried to cause a riot at the ceremony and was immediately kicked out by security. It seems like she embarrassed herself from the beginning to the end of that day. Both Lizzie and Mike have blocked Justine from getting in touch with them. After that, they never got a message from Justine again. Apparently, she never tried to do anything to either of them again. In the end, Justine couldn't rely on anyone. It seemed like she went back to her parents' house and gave birth to her child there. It would be better for her to take herself seriously and find another husband to marry and have his children. Lizzie was not contacted by that troublesome woman, and both her and Mike seemed relieved. The wedding was a disaster, but it was a good opportunity to start again. Krista, why are you not willing to take this old bag in for us? We only just got married over here, right? Don't you think it's better if you take her and look after her instead of the two of us newlyweds?
Betty, it's been a while. When you said old bag, were you actually referring to my mom?
Who else would I be giving that well-deserved title to? I want you to take over handling this stingy and annoying old freak for us.
Could you stop it with all that horrible name-calling, please? She is my mom, okay?
I could care less about that, Christina. I'm only calling her by who she really is, right? A moneyless old bag. If you don't come over here to get her real soon, I'll have to kick her out of our house.
Betty, are you aware that it is my mom who has been asking to come and live with my older brother? And it's not just her that wants it, but my older brother as well. So you talking about her in that way seems to be you not showing any respect for our family. Is that right? Calling her things like annoying and poor are sorts of things that will make her really upset and might push her to becoming more distant from you.
I'm sure you just want to think of her in the nicest possible way because she was the only person that parented you. But to me, someone who was raised in a family with loads of money, all I can think of her as is a moneyless bag. I feel bad for the poor broad, but having to put up with her is driving me nuts.
You actually feel bad for her? From the way you keep talking about her, I'm not seeing any part of you that actually cares enough about her to be saying such things. It's making me sad to hear all this from you. What about my mom has made you so upset with her that you'd say such rude things?
That old bag is terrible at cooking decent meals for us.
What?
The only thing she can make well is bad food. And when it comes to the clothing she wears, it all looks like secondhand clothing bought at some Salvation Army. Just looking at her style makes me want to vomit.
You're making my mom cook while she's over there? Are you kidding me?
What are you trying to get at? Of course she is. We are the ones allowing her to live here with us, so the least she can do is cook.
No, I feel that if anything, you should be the one cooking for her.
And just be aware that I know about how your whole family has zero spending money because you all had to be raised by a single mother. I feel that just because you don't have the money to support her poor butt, you shouldn't be forcing someone like myself and your older brother to. Especially when just a bit ago, Zach was able to get into a great company. If we didn't have this old worthless bag over here, then we'd have enough money to do all sorts of things we want.
If you have the time to talk trash about my mom behind her back, then how about you go talk to my brother about her instead of me?
Huh? What are you saying? Right now, Zach and I are doing so well together. I have no need for you to tell me how to work my relationship with him.
Well, I'm not trying to control what you both do in your relationship, and if you really are doing well together, that's good to hear. But the way you're talking about my mom right now is not acceptable. You sitting there texting me all these complaints you have about her is not acceptable either, and I will not let you say anything more to me. If you really don't want my mom living over there with you guys anymore, then go tell that to my brother's face, please. Tell me, why are you not able to do that if things between you two are going so well?
Right now, Zach is really happy, believing that I'm great taking care of his mom for him. He buys me all sorts of brand bags and things like that to repay me for it. That's why I'm asking you to take care of this old bag for me. If he were to find out something like me kicking her out, then this whole awesome relationship we have would fall apart.
So this all has to do with you getting the things you want without having to make any sacrifices, huh? Understood. But this is not something I can do anything about. If you really want her to stop living there with you, go talk to your husband about it. And actually, you should really be talking with my mom about this so you can understand her side of the story. I think that she can explain to you that she's not the kind of person you think she is.
I don't get what you're on about. If you don't let me continue having a great relationship with your brother, I'm going to make both you and your mother pay for it.
And if you think that's such a good idea, then I'll make sure you pay for your actions tenfold. Goodbye now.
Krista, that hurricane today was insane, right? There was something funny about it all, though. Would you like to hear about it?
Something funny about it? Well, I'm sure whatever this something may be, it won't come without a price, right?
In the middle of the night, while the hurricane was raging, I sent that moneyless old hag outside. And now this place is all mine. That's why I said before that you should have hurried up and came and gotten that grandma. I wonder how things are going for her now.
You are the worst. That house is supposed to be like a home to my mom, but you took it from her without even asking.
I'm telling you right now that you need to take care of that moneyless old bag, all right? You and her can get along, both agreeing on things like not having any money or time to have fun.
I can see you're having a ball saying all that stuff about her, but if my brother were to find out about this, what do you think might happen?
You go ahead and let him know what happened, all right? Tell him that it wasn't my fault and that your mom chose to leave the house all by herself in the middle of the night. Make sure you tell her exactly what I said, word for word. You wouldn't want to ruin the most amazing relationship your older brother has with me, right? We have no need for someone in this house who doesn't have any money to share. I wanted this house for myself, so I tossed your mom out into the hurricane to find her way somewhere else.
If you're talking about my mom as though she's lost out there, you have it all wrong. She's with my brother and I at her condo.
What?
You are really the most stupid woman in Florida.
What do you mean by that? What's going on here? What condo are you talking about?
My mom happens to have a condo that she frequents every so often. And soon Zach will be coming back here as well.
Huh? A condo? I don't get it. Have you completely lost your mind now, too?
Ah, that's right. You probably never knew about the condo she holds on to, right? Well, it so happens that my mom has a lot of properties that you probably know nothing about. And to be honest, she's come from a life of fortune that probably even you could never fathom. That's how rich my mom is.
What? She has a lot of properties. What? I have no idea what you're trying to talk to me about right now.
I'm sure you don't, and I'm sorry about that. Lowlifes like you wouldn't have the mental capacity to understand what it's like being rich, right? I'm sure this is all a bit too difficult for you. Well, you not being able to understand what it's like to have money is none of my problem.
Wait, can you please explain this in a way I can understand? Tell me what the hell has happened.
My mom was only living in that house with you two because she wanted to live with my brother. But she was kicked out of that house last night, and so she invited me to come out and live with her for a while at her condo.
I never heard about her owning any condos.
And I can see that now. But we never told you about them in the first place. We didn't want you getting all nervous about my mom having all that money and all her properties. So we decided to make things more comfortable for you by not saying anything about it. We just wanted to make it seem simple, and that's why we said my brother wanted her to come live with them, and she wanted to live with him as well. And she was hoping to have a close relationship with you as well there. But instead, it turns out that you're a terrible person, and because of that, you made yourself look bad in front of her. All she was trying to do was make things less complicated for you. Yet you took all that the wrong way and forced her out.
Make things less complicated for me? What does that even mean?
You can think about that one yourself. But in the end, you kicked her out of the house in the middle of a hurricane. And I went there to get her with my car, and we both went back to her condo and are having a party right now to celebrate being free from you. All our family and friends are here too, having a wonderful time, so please don't come over ruining it for us. And you don't have to worry about her anymore, because she's already made it clear to us that she'll never live around you again.
What the heck? Are you for real? Your mom had a condo and you're all partying right now? This all makes zero sense to me, but you're telling me that an old hag like her that buys clothing from a secondhand store has all that?
She was only wearing that clothing to make you feel better around her. You really should be thankful that she did that for you.
So you're telling me that your mom really has a lot of money, right? Yet she just acted like she was poor while she lived with us?
It's not like she was trying to lie to you or anything. She just didn't want to stress you with thinking that she required more from you than you could give.
Are you trying to say that I'm poor or something?
I'm not trying to say it all that straight, but Well, if you compare your life with the one my mom lives, you are pretty poor. But even after my mom tried to be nice to you by not acting all rich and snobby, you still acted out and treated her like she was the poor one, which we all understand very well now.
Huh? No. Wait a second. If you're really telling the truth about her having lots of money, then this is a totally different story. I didn't know at the time that she had all that money and all those properties under her name. I was just being fair with her by saying that she was a poor old bag because of the way she dressed and acted.
And that right there was way too thoughtless of you. Her being poor and without a lot of money didn't have anything to do with you being her daughter-in-law. She just wanted things to be about being a family, and that's it. She really wanted to become good family with you, and that was her only goal. However, instead of becoming friends with you, all she received was earfuls of you calling her horrible things all the time.
Wait, that wasn't what I had planned on doing.
Well, at this point, we are all aware that you're not the kind of person who is willing to be open-minded towards others. And since my mom is the most aware of that, she no longer needs to be around you. So with all that being said, we'd like you out of that house.
Huh? Why would I be the one to leave this house now? This is supposed to be our house.
Come on! You understand by now that you have no right to that house now, right? My brother will most likely be talking to you about this later, but that house is under my mom's name.
Huh? Are you sure?
So you really didn't know about that either then. My mom didn't want to say anything to you because all you do is talk trash about her. Either way, my mom was letting the two of you live in that house as a present from her for your wedding.
Huh? I didn't know anything about that either. I just assumed that Zach had bought this place with his own money.
My brother only just got his first job working full-time. So do you really think he'd have the ability to afford a place like that? I'm just saying that place is not yours to live in, and so my mom will have you kicked out of there very soon if you don't leave willingly. She had hopes of one day giving that place to you guys and having her name removed, but I don't think she will be doing that for either of you guys now.
She won't give us this house? Huh?
She's telling me that as long as you're with my brother, she's not even going to continue to help him with the loan.
Huh? Loan?
Well, like I said, my brother only just started his first full-time job, and so he doesn't have the income to get his own loan yet. So in order to help him have a house for the two of you, or I suppose three of you could live in, she got a loan and helps him pay it off with some of her wealth.
I didn't even know about that part. What does all of this mean then? Are you trying to say that he doesn't have the income right now to afford the place?
Well, like I've said, he's very fresh to this world of business and working. You really had no clue about anything regarding him, huh? Honestly, I'm sure you were told all of this before, but you didn't want to understand it, so you just ended up ignoring him, right?
If his mom ends up stopping the help with that loan, what'll happen to us?
Well, you both will no longer be able to pay it off in time, and things will begin to fall apart there, right? She really tried her best to give Zach everything as well. But it's all because of his own wife that your lives will fall apart.
Krista? This time was a little... Well, this time I was just a little confused about things, and I'm sorry if that hurts you in any way. But right now, I understand everything completely, all right? So can we get back to becoming a happy family together again, right?
Get back to?
Can you tell your mom that she's allowed to come back home to our house now? Actually, let her know that I'll be coming to her condo. I think I should get some things together now to spend the night there, right? I'm sure you're all fine now with me coming to that party, right?
Really? Nice joke, Betty. You almost had me believing all of that as well for a bit.
Huh? Why are you saying that?
It's a little too late for you to act all happy and upbeat about what's happened. Mom has already told us she no longer wants to have any ties to you. And I thought that was implied by everything I was telling you this whole time. There is no longer going to be a day where she wants to be in your company. Honestly, you'll never even be hearing from her again, Betty.
What? Hold on, okay? So, does this really mean I'm going to have to leave this house? If I get tossed out of here, I'll be in real trouble. And if she were to cause some kind of trouble for Zach, Do you know what that might do to our marriage?
That's not something I care about. This is all because of the way you treated my mom, right? To break it to you in the most straight way possible, the way you've acted has made an enemy of my mom. And I had warned you of that sooner, right? I asked that you no longer talk poorly of my mom and maybe go chat with her about all your complaints.
Then you should have just told me about all of this instead of letting me continue.
Huh? I'm not your freaking parent.
But you could have at least told me she was loaded, and then none of this would have happened. I would have never said anything bad about her after that, and we could all be living our dreams right now.
The fact that you only change your attitude from good to bad based on someone else's money shows me that you're just the scummiest person on the planet. You think I want you to be around my mom when you're that kind of monster?
Krista, this is getting really bad. I'm getting call after call from Zach right now. Does he already know about what happened to your mom?
Well, he just arrived a couple of minutes ago and my mom explained everything to him. He became very, very red in the face and then stormed upstairs saying he'd give you a call.
You're lying, right? That means I'm completely screwed now.
Exactly. You always liked making everyone else have to deal with your crap. But it seems this time all that crap is coming for you. Well, that's all I have to say about things. You are done for, Betty. Now, I'd answer the next call from him if I were you. The woman that you kept calling a moneyless old bag? Well, that's going to be you in the next 10 years or so. You idiot! In the end, Zach found out all about the things that Betty had been up to and told her that he wanted a divorce. He also told her that his mom would have the house sold back to the bank and that they'd all be moving out, so she had no choice but to leave. Betty tried going to her mother-in-law about all of this and begged for forgiveness, but everyone in the family had had enough of her and ignored all her pleas. Betty ended up kicked out of the house by the bank and was not able to go back home to her parents, which cut ties to her, leaving her to live life on the road. Had she only been a bit nicer to those she knew little about, she'd be having the time of her life living with enough money to keep her entertained. Even Krista's mom was thinking so much about becoming close to her daughter-in-law that she was getting ready to give them one of her condos as a place to spend their time off. But that idea was quickly crushed by Betty being such a miserable person. I guess it's a good thing this all happened to my mom, because we learned far sooner that Betty was nothing more than a self-centered child deep inside, and that a condo wouldn't fit that kind of personality. Now, Betty is stuck working as a factory worker, breaking down tuna and canning them, all for minimum wage at around 60 hours per week. She does this from sunrise to sunset, all while thinking about how badly she screwed up by acting like a complete child to her in-laws. I'm sure it's really tough for her now, but this is what she deserves to help her realize to be nice to strangers. As for the rest of the family, they have all gone back to living their lives as normal. Krista is back at her place getting back to work and living her life as she always has, and Zach has gone back with his mom to her condo with all his and her things to live there for a while until he has enough money saved up for his own house. I feel bad that this all happened to Zach, really, as he didn't do anything wrong to deserve losing the gift that his mother gave him. But I'm sure that somewhere down the line she'll be willing to help him again with another gift.
I'm going to be getting married here soon. I'm sure that you're jealous after hearing that.
What? I'm sorry, but who is this?
Oh, please. It's me, Tracy. Now enough with those bland lies right now. Even if you have trouble remembering things all the time, there's no way you'd forget about someone like me. How could you possibly forget about your best friend after being together for so long?
My best friend?
I am Tracy. This is literally no reason you should have forgotten about me, right? You and I have been best friends ever since high school.
Tracy, huh? Did you end up changing your number or something? Because I don't have anyone in my contacts with your current number. It's been so long since the last time we talked with one another, so I couldn't really tell that it was you. So, what do you want from me?
Well, I told you why I'm talking with you right now at the start, right? I'm getting married. Were you not looking at anything I sent you before?
Ah, is that so? Congrats. But you really don't have to go out of your way to tell me something like that.
Why not? You're one of my best friends, and I'd be stupid to not tell you about how I'm going to get married soon. And to me, you're my number one best friend out of everyone, so I just had to tell you.
I'm your number one best friend? What do you mean by that? Are you sure you're not joking with me now? What the heck is up with you texting me now anyway after so long?
I'm not at all joking with you. I just wanted to let you know that me, one of your best friends, is going to be getting married soon. I'm going to be marrying a wonderful man, and you should be jealous of that, right? That's why I want to have all my friends come and celebrate my big day, and I'll be giving you all the chance to do that with an amazing wedding.
Is that right? Well, that's great to hear, I guess. What else would you like me to say to you besides congratulations?
I'm sure you'd love to make up a welcome board for my wedding that we can place outside the venue, right?
What?
I'll let you make that up for me, however you'd like to, as long as it's really special. I know that you've always loved working on crafts and things like that, so I'll let you take the responsibility for that. Back when we were in high school, you did all sorts of paintings and things like that, right?
Wait, when you're talking about high school, that was over 10 years ago, Tracy. Asking me to get back into doing arts and crafts now would be difficult for me.
I'm not sure how something like painting a simple board could become so difficult for you. But this is a request from one of your best friends, so you're not going to say no to me, right? I want you to do your very best with that welcome board and make it look spectacular.
Can you hold on for 1 minute, please? What is all of this about? What the heck are you going on about, Tracy? Why do you want me working on some welcome board for your wedding? Shouldn't you be asking the reception hall to prepare that for you instead of me? They'll know a whole lot more about that sort of thing compared to me and will most likely have better tools for making it. Having me work on that board for you, well, it just won't come out as good as you think.
Even if it's difficult for you, I'd like you to work on it. Now, can you stop fooling around with me when I'm trying to plan things for my wedding?
Well, I'm also a little bit concerned about how you call me your number one best friend. Did you forget about what all you did to me a long time ago? Tracy, if you'd like for this whole conversation to be taken more seriously, can you calm down a bit and get real with me?
Let's just forget about what all happened back then. There's no point in us being held down by the past when there's nothing we can do to change it. If you continue to waste your time thinking about what happened years ago, you'll find yourself living with no reason.
I have no idea what you're going on about now, though. Even if you have a good point, I don't want to be hearing that sort of advice from you. I can understand why you'd like for the two of us to just forget about what you did back then, but...
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you at the wedding.
I'm not going, Tracy.
Do you want to go out for drinks or something as well before my big day? It's been so long since we last talked to one another in person after all.
I'm not going out to any place with you, Tracy. How many times are you going to make me say that before you understand? I'm not even sure what your plan is with talking to me after such a large amount of time has gone by. So please, just stop trying to ask me to come to your wedding and make whatever welcoming board you're asking for. Now, goodbye.
Dawn, are you really trying to get on my bad side?
Huh? What is up with you this time?
There's no way you'd actually be okay with making one of your best friends this upset on her wedding day.
Huh? So today's the day of your wedding then? I don't really care, but what do you think you'll be achieving by coming at me all upset like that?
I'm pissed off with you because you never even told me that you'd not be coming to my wedding. I'm no longer going to have the patience to forgive you after this. I'm cutting ties to you.
You are?
You making me this upset and being totally okay with it is enough for me. I even left you in charge of the welcome board for the wedding, yet you never showed up to give it to us to display.
What are you talking about? I don't even know anything about your wedding, like the time it's supposed to start, and even if I did, I wouldn't be making that board for you.
So you're telling me that from the start you'd been planning on canceling on me without ever telling me that? I cannot believe you'd be doing this to your best friend.
Oh my god. You seriously have zero clue what you're talking about right now, and it's making me laugh my butt off.
I'm talking about how you never told me that you wouldn't come to my wedding, but it's too late now since my wedding day is today. So I'm going to be cutting ties to you for good.
The fact that you're now this upset with me right now has me rolling on the ground.
What? You're being a total jerk laughing at me being this upset with you. I'm seriously pissed off with you right now, Dawn. I had entrusted you with one of the most important things at my wedding, and yet you canceled on me right before the wedding. Even if you're supposed to be my most best friend, I don't care. I'm going to be leaving you forever and will never forgive you ever again.
I'm sure this won't get to you, but from the start, I'd said I wasn't coming.
Huh?
Can you tell me again why you're getting so upset with me for no reason? Actually, I never even got a formal invitation from you to the wedding, so there's that. Where did you end up sending that invitation, if you actually did send it in the first place? I'm sorry, but that invitation never got to me, so you must have sent it to the wrong address. But of course, you had the wrong address because you don't even know where I'm living now.
What are you going on about? That's a load of crap. How did you never receive a physical invitation from me?
I'm just telling you the truth, Tracy. Did you actually try to invite me to your wedding after all that happened between us?
Of course I did. And why the hell would you say no to coming to my wedding?
That right there is a bit of a surprise to me and rather troubling. The fact that you wanted to actually invite me to your wedding of all things?
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
Way back when, in high school, you stole my boyfriend from me and continued to pick on me for the rest of our time at that school. And ever since we graduated from there 10 years ago, I had made sure to cut all ties with you so that I'd never have to see or hear from you again. That's why right now, hearing you tell me that you want to cut ties with me after not coming to your wedding today makes me laugh.
Huh? What do you mean you cut ties to me back then? Are we not really good friends with one another?
Oh, come on now, Tracy. You're actually going to make me pee myself laughing by calling us best friends.
So you really are stuck in the past that badly that you can't see me as your friend. Stop worrying so much about what happened back then, you emotional loser. I was able to forget about all of that only a few days after it happened. And as for your ex-boyfriend, him and I are no longer together, so you don't have to worry about him anymore. So why the hell are you still so upset with me?
I never said that I was upset with you still because of that event. That all has nothing really to do with me now, so I don't invest my time in thinking about it. And I think it's the right thing to do, not carrying those horrible memories around with me all the time. But what I do think about from time to time is how you ended up breaking things off with my ex after the two of you had gotten engaged. Things like that tend to spread around between friends, so eventually I have to hear about you. But what's wild is that after you had stolen my boyfriend from me way back then, you didn't want to make yourself look bad in front of everyone, so you started making lies about me being abusive towards him, and that you were only saving him from me. Rumors like that still float around to this day, and I have to hear them over and over whenever I run into someone from high school. Always things about you and I.
I never meant to make you look back then.
Well, it's fine, Tracy. All that stuff is in the past now, right? I really don't care about any of that stuff anymore. And I'm not going to dig any deeper into the rumors that spread looking for things about you that I can take advantage of. It's all been water under the bridge, and that's why I've never come looking for you to talk about anything.
But who cares about all that? What I'm upset about right now is how you canceled on my wedding on the day off.
And I told you that I didn't get an invitation. I had cut ties with you a long time ago, or at least I thought I did, and that's why I never chose to tell you my new address after I moved. So that invitation was never going to make it to me, right?
So you're telling me that I sent the invitation to your old house?
That's what it looks like to me. I bet it's sitting in the mailbox of that place right now, still unopened. And I think that because you only know my old address and nothing about where I currently live, it might even end up being sent back to you soon if the new owner of that house decides to give it back to the mailman. But let me be very honest here. Even if that invitation had gotten to me like you'd planned, I would have said no to coming because I don't have the want to be around you.
What? What do you mean?
You know what I mean, Tracy. I told you that I cut ties with you before. So no matter how hard you try to get me to come, I'm not going to. I'm sure you've noticed by now that a lot of your so-called other friends haven't shown up, right? After what you did to me in high school, you lost a lot of your friends because they were on my side and thinking that you were totally bonkers. So tell me, who from back then actually wants to celebrate you getting married now?
Hold on, Dawn. You actually think that? Are you and I not best friends?
How many freaking times do I have to tell you that we are not best friends? We're not even friends, Tracy. Hell, we're not even acquaintances. Ever since that day you chose to steal my boyfriend from me, you had used that as a reason to pick on me and spread rumors about how I was the one that was in the wrong. All of that really drove the message into me that you are anything but a friend to me. I know from word around town that you love to go around and have fun with all kinds of men after becoming an adult, but you still like to call that event your biggest accomplishment, right? All of those are reasons for why I do not want to be around a person like you anymore.
Well, I didn't know that I hurt you so much back then. Even after taking your boyfriend from you, I thought that you and I were still very good friends. Best friends. That's why I told you about how I was getting married and asked you to be one in charge of making the welcome board for my wedding.
Asking me to make that stupid board for you was like a massive joke to me because of how ridiculous you were being. That's why I took all you said to me as a joke and didn't bother to care.
Why would I tell you a thing and ask of you as a joke?
Oh? So then all of that wasn't just a joke, but you actually thinking that I would be coming to your wedding and wasting my time on something as stupid as that board? Which is scary because after all you'd done to me, you really thought it was okay to invite me? I never thought anyone that could steal their friend's boyfriend in the past and then make said friend look like the jerk would have the nerve in asking them to come to their wedding 10 years later. That's why I wasn't taking anything you said to me seriously. You really did a great job, Tracy. The nerves you have are incredible. Now, you have a great time at your wedding today. Although I don't expect many of your so-called friends to show up to it.
What the hell is wrong with you, Dawn? So you really don't plan on coming here today? This is the day of my wedding, Dawn.
I said that I'm not coming.
But canceling on me the day of my wedding is horrible of you.
So after talking with me for the past 30 minutes or so, you haven't been reading a single thing I've sent you? I never got a formal invitation from you in the mail, so I had no reason to come to your wedding today. So you can't call me a horrible person for canceling on you today when you never even gave me an invitation in the first place.
But to me, you've cancelled on me. I really believed that you'd be coming today and made sure to get you a seat ready in the front row.
Why, though?
You're asking me why? Because you should have been coming to my wedding today.
Did you ever get anything about me RSVPing to your wedding at all? No, you didn't. And that's because I never got anything from you in the mail saying that I was invited. Why would you think that I was coming to your wedding when I didn't RSVP for it?
I wasn't thinking that much into you not responding because I just assumed you'd be coming either way.
Well, when it comes to things like weddings, people are usually coming only if they reply that they will to the invitation and RSVP. But if you don't get a reply from them or they say no, that means they are not coming. Right? That's how things like this have always worked, Tracy.
What? So that's what things like not replying into the invite normally mean? Even if they're my friend?
For crying out loud, Tracy. Then tell me what you thought was supposed to happen. How did you know whether people were going to be coming to your wedding or not and prepare seats for those that would be?
I just assumed that people I sent invitations out to would be coming for sure to my wedding. I never thought that people would want to say no to the invitation.
Geez, how self-centered of a jerk are you? At this point, I'm surprised you even found a man willing to marry you. You actually think that because it's your wedding that everyone you invite would just give up their plans and anything else they have going on in life to come? There's no way that's the case. If you didn't get a response from the people you invited, that means they are saying no to coming. No response equals them not coming.
Well, I didn't know anything about that. Nobody ever even told me something like that.
Nobody would, because that's something that everyone knows the moment they're born, practically. Another thing I highly doubt is that you even knew everyone's current address. So it's a mystery as to how many of those invitations actually made it to the people you planned on inviting.
I thought that me getting married and having this wedding would have made it the biggest event for everyone. I wanted everyone to come and see how happy I've become and that I got married before all of them.
Jesus frickin' Christ. You thought that your wedding would be the biggest event for everyone? You think that your marriage means something to everyone?
But even if it's not that big of a deal, I'm still getting married before you, so... That's at least proof to everyone that I'm still more important than you and that they should all come and see me happy.
I'm already married though, Tracy.
Huh?
I just never bothered to tell you about how I got married to my husband last year.
You have to be lying, right? I never knew about you getting married. You never even uploaded anything about you getting married to any of your social media accounts.
You're right. I didn't make any posts about getting married, but so what? I'm normally never posting anything and leave most of that stuff to my husband to do. And you're not even my friend, so I think I blocked you on everything after high school.
What are you talking about?
Let me just put it this way. My husband does most of the posting due to his job, and you are blocked from seeing anything of mine, so you wouldn't have known.
What job does he have?
Well, he's pretty well known all over the world, so he's pretty picky about what gets shared. But I don't care about any of that because he's given me a wonderful life with our marriage. He's been so considerate and wonderful that I've never had to worry about what happened between us back in high school.
Then why are you acting like this? Why can't you just come to my wedding right now for me? I'm supposed to be your best friend and you should be celebrating my happiness.
You're supposed to be my best friend. I don't think of you as anyone but a stranger, so there's no way I'm coming to your wedding. I told you again and again that I didn't get any invitations from you in the mail, so I wouldn't be coming in the first place. And even now, I don't want to come. But you still keep going on and on, thinking that I'm your friend and that I'm going to come. It's freaking annoying. I've had enough of you now, so can you just shut up and stay quiet?
I'm sorry, Dawn. I want to apologize to you for everything, so could you please find it in your heart somewhere to make it to my wedding? If you don't come to my wedding soon, then my wedding's going to be a complete mess, so please, come here.
No frickin' thank you.
Why though?
I have things of my own that I'm busy with. I already cut ties with you a long frickin' time ago, and I don't have the time to come out and see someone that I don't care to know about. Now, have fun at your crappy wedding. It'd be great if any of those friends you invited actually show up today. But that's if you even have any friends left to call your friends. After that, none of those so-called friends that Tracy thought she had ended up showing to her wedding, and that started to make her husband question things about her, and he called the wedding off. Tracy had originally planned to use her wedding as another way to pick on Dawn and make herself feel as though she was on top. But after everything that Dawn brought up turned out to be true, there was nobody around for Tracy to show off to. After Tracy had tried so hard to make this another chance for her to make Dawn feel bad, it turned out that this whole wedding was making Tracy feel terrible. Tracy tried in one last move to save her wedding to call those she invited, but soon learned that most of them had either blocked her or hated her enough to pick up the phone and tear into her. It seems that most of these people had moved out of town as well, so all those invitations Tracy relied so much on never even made it to her supposed guests. Soon after, Tracy's husband, although newlywed, found out about this part of Tracy's past and immediately took a 180 and asked for a divorce. Had Tracy just thought about things a bit more, she might have been able to avoid all this by only inviting those that actually see her as their friends still, if those people are even out there anymore.